Patches continue to arrive for console Terraria. So what's new this week? Plenty. Beginning with this tweet from Loki covering the latest fixes by DR Studios. The DR Studios team is working hard to cover off as many issues as possible, as fast as possible, while keeping Switch going. Love their passion here, thanks team. And there were more details posted on the official forums. Fixed autosave bug. Fixed the black screen sync bug. Fixed a crash when fighting Empress of Light. Fixed a crash after long playtimes. Fixed a crash in very old world saves. Fixed hotbar navigation affecting player movement, and many more. Shown here. Loki continued with, the team has additional fixes and tweaks coming in the days and weeks ahead, along with continued work on getting Nintendo Switch. All of these fixes and improvements, etc. will apply to Switch as well, so win-win. Keep the feedback coming. The best way is to use the bug report button below. I'll include a link to all of that in the video description, of course. So, what has been worked on and what remains to be fixed? Continue watching to find out the rest. Also, as you can see, we're now getting closer to 1 million subscribers any day now. So every subscriber counts. Those in before 1 million can consider themselves part of the Founders Club. But let's talk about the updates, shall we? Beginning with Back89, who wrote, "My worlds keep getting deleted. It's happened 4 times where I'm at the point of just quitting the game. I've already invested too much time to keep restarting." Loki's reply was, "How many worlds do you have? If it's more than 10, you need to wait for the next update, likely next week. There's an issue in the save system where it's wrongly capping at 10, should be 30. But the system isn't stopping for making another, which it then can't save." TerraBlade101 writes, "Loki, just wondering, will keyboard and mouse on console ever get the option to quickly put things in chests? Usually I think if you hold shift and click on something in your inventory, it will quickly go into a chest, but no such thing exists on console. It would be so helpful so that I don't need to drag each individual item into a chest or the trash." The reply was, "Relooking at keyboard mapping is on the list." ED209 was here again with not being able to trash inventory items with one button. I guess being an issue he was talking about. And Loki responded to that issue with, "This is by design after years of complaints about accidental deletions. It's 2 presses now. There really isn't a great way around the catch-22 here." ED209 was back again with, "The user interface was PC, the textures when they rendered were PC 1.3, and the playability, when it worked, was PC. We essentially had PC 1.3, and now we have mobile 1.4. Loki's reply was, "And we got savaged for years for, quote, just slapping PC on consoles, unquote. Even PC Gamepad, for example, has no bindings for a ton of stuff, as it exists sort of with the understanding that the keyboard still is sitting right there for players. Look at, for example, the insane steps to cancel a buff on 1.3 console. So with this, DR wanted to try and make a more holistic gamepad experience that doesn't solely rely on the gamepad as a mouse cursor. Now, of course, folks are free to just not use any of that, but it will require some remapping. The truth here is that there is no monolithic right or wrong way here. This is a massive community, and one with strongly held opinions that often disagree with each other. Thus, the path here was to provide a strong set of defaults, except the whole classic versus res pick thing, sigh, alongside a whole new level of customization available to players. As with anything, it will need fixes and tweaks, and those will come. Folks just have to be patient." Templar4 tweeted, "Loki, hey, is it a known bug that invites on Xbox don't work? I managed to play a session with a friend, but now we can't send invites through Xbox itself. And when I try to invite through the Players tab in-game, my Terraria crashes. Loki tweeted back, "Try having everyone reboot their systems fully after getting the update from last Friday. Apparently the issue can remain in cache otherwise." Bill tweeted, "Loki, are Nintendo Switch players getting 1.4 this month, and is it in submission?" A rather optimistic question, don't you think? And this was met with a pretty expected answer from Loki of doubtful and not yet. Heavy Large Circle, and their name actually was literally a circle. I should say a heavy large circle. Tweeted, "Loki, is there any way to map the D-pad to be the cursor for building mining like you could in 1.3 in the Journey's End console update? I see Grid Snap drags the cursor to line up with the grid, but using the D-pad was always my go-to." Loki's reply, "Not yet, likely coming soon." Jedi Frog writes, "Hi Loki, I'm not able to bind my mouse side buttons on Xbox One S. It's glitchy when I change binds." Loki's response was, "Keyboard and mouse binds will be looked at during the fix waves." Notice the plural, waves of fixes. This guy with a really long name wrote, "Loki, me and my cousin played couch co-op on PlayStation 5 1.4 and we made 2 days ago an expert world. After that yesterday we wanted to play again, but the world didn't save. So we created a new world yesterday again on expert, and today we checked it and it didn't save again. My storage isn't full." Loki responded, "It is a bug some folks have with autosave. Fix will be in next patch, which is in QA as we speak." Goku Black tweets, "Loki, when will we get Princess NPC? Will it be another update or a patch?" Loki's reply was, "Post 1.4 content will come later on." Lap Lasagna writes, "And nothing about the Download Worlds character for Xbox?" Loki replied, "In regards to from 360, not currently. Way too many other things in front of that right now. The complication being that you are now transferring files from 2 codebases ago and countless sub-updates, etc., on a 16-year-old, 2-generation out-of-current system to modern things. Not saying it will never happen, just saying it is far from a simple risk-free process. So if it happens, it will be some time." But then finally, to conclude with an optimistic post from Loki on the Terraria Discord, it began when Origin wrote, "Loki, how exactly does Xbox get up to parity with PC in the future? Wouldn't that be really difficult?" Loki responded, "Getting to parity won't be that bad once we get all platforms into the 1.4 era. But we gotta get the fixes and tweaks in now." So those are reassuring words, don't you think? It sounds like he's feeling pretty good about our chances of having kind of a uniform level of content and patches and fixes across all platforms, mobile, consoles, Switch, and PC, which would be very good, and of course that would be the groundwork for possible crossplay in the future after that. But one day at a time, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and until then, stay tuned to the channel for any further updates, and I appreciate you watching this far if you're this deep into the video. So thanks everyone, take care.